Joining me now is Garland Fiorito. President Trump, look at this headline, announces movement to eliminate mail-in ballots and voting machines today, April 18th, 2025. Here we go. Something you and I and so many have been working so hard on for the last, how many years is it now? 5 years? We started this in 2020, working with you guys. And here we are, 2025. 5 years we've been working on this. You've been working on it longer than that. But this is the day we've been waiting on. What do you make of this? Is he going to do it by executive order? How's he going to do it?
Yeah, he's going to have to use his executive order, emergency powers, most likely. But I think he'll also have a White House policy and let the White House drive that policy through the legislation. I'm looking forward to one big, beautiful election bill to try to secure our elections. So I think that would be his mechanism, most likely, or two of the possible mechanisms.
Quote, I'm going to lead a movement to get rid of mail-in ballots. And also, while we're at it, highly inaccurate, very expensive, and seriously controversial voting machines, which cost 10 times more than accurate and sophisticated watermark paper, which is faster and leaves no doubt at the end of the evening as to who won and who lost the election. We are now the only country in the world that uses mail-in voting. All others gave it up because of the massive fraud encountered. We will begin this effort, which will be strongly opposed by the Democrats because they cheat at levels never seen before by signing an executive order to help bring honesty to the 2026 midterm elections. Remember, the states are merely an agent for the federal government in counting and tabulating the votes. They must do what the federal government, as represented by the President of the United States, tells them for the good of our country to do. With their horrible radical left policies like open borders, men playing in women's sports, transgender and woke, everyone and so much more, Democrats are virtually unelectable without this completely disproven mail-in scam. Elections can never be honest with mail-in ballots, voting, and everybody, in particular the Democrats, know this. I and the Republican Party will fight to bring honesty and integrity to our elections. The mail-in ballot hoax using voting machines that are a complete and total disaster must end. Now, remember, without fair and honest elections and strong and powerful borders, you don't even have a semblance of a country. Thank you for your attention to this matter, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. End quote. Well said, President Trump. And we agree wholeheartedly, right? Right, Garland?
Yeah, and he was a bit polite there by calling the voting machines merely controversial. I'm glad he corrected that later on and added a little emphasis on the total disaster and complete disaster that they are of unverifiable systems. But to one of the points that he made there that might perceive to be a little bit controversial is the fact that the federal government does have power for federal elections. Now, most people believe, I think it's Article 4, Section 1, it says that the states have the authority and for elections. But if you read the second sentence, it says that Congress may basically at any time dictate procedures for federal elections. So obviously state elections can be left to the states, but the federal government does have power to determine how federal elections are conducted. And if they set that precedent, the states will probably go along and use the same precedent for their state elections, which would be a tremendous boon to everyone.
So you think he can get this done before the midterms? It sounds like he wants to. Midterms 2026, so he's got a year from this November.
Yeah, well, right, but you probably want to have this done by the primaries, which are in May.
Oh, that's a good point. Good point.
Yeah, because we don't need more rhinos occupying so-called Republican seats. So I think he can get it done. I'll give you an example why he can get it done, or they can get it done. We went here in Georgia from a bunch of disparate machines to a complete unverifiable electronic voting system in 2002 in 6 months flat. The contract was signed on or about May 4th, and the election was held in November. So if you can go from all those systems to a really ultra complex, unnecessary, unverifiable voting system in 6 months, surely you can go from an unverifiable voting system back to secure hand-marked paper ballots and hand-counted, just like we used to do. That should be an easy task to get done in a 6-month period.
So, Garland, before we wrap here, what other election news do you want to bring to our audience?
Well, one, what I just would like to say that, as you know, we are volunteers at Voter GA, and we have got 5 active lawsuits right now in Georgia. We're still actively pursuing the Fulton County ballots for the 2020 election, which we still haven't seen, along with the state election board and criminal cases like Harrison Floyd's trial. So we're trying to get those. We are volunteers. And what we've decided to do, we've been supporting President Trump's executive order all along since he first issued the first one in March 25th. We had our April 30th press conference and we've been explaining all the aspects of the orders ever since, knowing that it's been coming since January. So we now have our own apparel line, Make Elections Great Again, to help support the president's order and our lawsuits. And that's what I'm wearing today, a hat and
Make American elections great again.
Make elections great.
Make
again.
elections great again. Wow, excellent.
Yeah,
well, you never give up. You've been doing this a long time, Garland. We sure appreciate you. And a lot to be excited about today as President Trump announces that he indeed is going to try to eliminate mail-in ballots and voting machines. Garland Favorito, Georgia, Voter GA, I should say, voterga.org. Thank you as always.
Thank you, Brandon.
Garland Favorito checking in. All right, guys, before we go, don't forget about our national conference coming up Friday night, October 3rd, Saturday, October 4th. What a lineup we have. Gordon Chang, Alex Newman, Sidney Powell, Dr. Lana, Hedia Maramonde, Dr. Andy Woods, Chris Martinson, and Mark Mitchell of Rasmussen, October 3rd and 4th. We saw several people register over the weekend and today. And I think we have a special link on the websites now for some of the hotels, right? Some special links on at the website, worldviewstore.com. Click the conference. We got some special links. Special links. I don't know. Where are they, Logan? Okay, so they're going up there. Special links that will get you special pricing on the hotels. We got that done today. So go ahead and get registered, folks. Worldviewstore.com for our national conference, worldviewstore.com. Hey, remember, we're brought to you by you. We're pushing it all out for free. Worldviewfoundation.com, worldviewfoundation.com. Thanks for watching. The next time I'm Brandon House. May God save America. Take care.